And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. I'm your host, RPG Guy. And before we grab any more chests or anything, I do believe when we last played, we did not grab everything. We just ran to the save point, just because we were running short on time. So let's make sure that we are grabbing everything. Okie dokie. So when we last left off here, let's see, Fierce Might. Anyway, like I said, I'm your host, RPG Guy, just in case I forgot to mention that. Let's keep moving. Goblin Bane on the Goblin. Probably be a good idea. Bonk on my head. Put him out. Flaming Fury. He's down on the ground, breathing in pain. So Elagos and Hadhod level up. Let's figure out who's really behind. I think it's going to be Idriel at this point. Gondorian Citadel, Steel Citadel Guard Helm, okay. Alright. Guess I did get that one. Okay. Move up to the next tier here. Nothing over there. And something here. Rune 3 of 7. No, I don't want to see it. Okay. If you guys really want to see these scenes, I can try to see if they're on YouTube somewhere else. See if somebody else has put them up for, whatever. And if they're not, maybe, and I'm not saying that I'm going to guarantee do this, but maybe I'll make a video at the very end showing all the epic scenes. I'm not committed to that. I'm just saying it's something I could do. But like I said, I'm not committed to it. I don't want to commit to it like in a big way right away. Just in case issues come up or something with doing that, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. 15 more there. Idriel's, I think, the furthest behind now as far as levels and XP go. Because she's 14, and the others are already reaching the echelons of 15, halfway through 15. So the least we can do is bring her out. We may bring her... Who was I thinking of taking out? If we hurry along Barithor, we could easily bring Barithor out. Barithor's pretty far along. And she needs offensive benefit skills. More so, magic is important too, but she needs the offensive stuff too. Let's keep moving up here. No, I don't want to view an epic scene from Middle-earth as much as the game wants me to view them all, right? Okay, and this might be familiar. This is where they tried to figure out which way to go, right? And it's one of those things. So the easiest way to start is to go this way, I believe. And we're now going to officially find out what were in these other paths, to a degree. Rune 4 of 7. Nice. Gorgoroth Ash. Strangely enough, a save point. And again, you could skip some of this stuff if you were just trying to power through, but we're going to grab as much stuff as we can. Go right into dealing damage. There's a lot of them out there. Let's get the drill in there. Let's just go right for the jugular here, because they're pretty strong, as you can clearly see. Or rather, they have more HP. They seem like they have more HP than the ones we fought before. And then... Oh, I probably didn't need a creature bane that one. Oh well, it still all counts. Nice. Big win. Israel levels. Elagos did not. So we might have to pull him out and bring in Barathor just from AP loss. And this is actually the first person to get a chess piece, I think. Upgrade here. Well, that might... No, that's probably what he originally started with. There we go. Now he's even more brown.
How can we open this?
We will have to unlock Moria's secrets first.
Yes, before the goblins trap us here.
There's a couple of chests in the area. And they, at least one. I believe there's two. Grab these guys. Okay, so we need to find all 7 runes and fight our way back here. I think we're at what? 4? So we still got a ways to go before we gotta come back. We'll worry about that when we get there. And then Creature Bane. Let's bring in Barry. Alright, Barry, show him who's boss. Oh, come on. Nice. And he's down. On the ground. Oh yeah. Barathor levels. And he's probably the furthest ahead next to Adhod. So let's take a look just to see. Yeah. So really quick, 3 more. Okay, and not too many more there. 9 more. Oh, I'm getting there. Crippling Shot is coming. 9 away. And then we really need to work on his other ranger skills. Third Age steals this longsword of Arnor. This one's weird because it's times 22 plus 1. But if we look at the Isengard, it's times 12 plus 1. So this technically does quite a bit more damage. And that's what's interesting, is it's visually very deceiving. You think, oh god, this is making me lose all these stats, and you'd be right. But you're only losing a point here and there. You're not losing anything substantial, and you're getting 22 damage out of it, so no reason not to give him that sword. Like I said, I know the way that they designed the game stuff can look confusing sometimes, so you just gotta deal with that for what it's worth. Alright, let's head up to the save point, because I believe we have to use them in order to get access. And again, when we get the 7 runestones, we gotta head back here. Some of you might say, well, why don't you get the runestones first and then come back here? Did you see the gear that we picked up? There's a reason. A relatively good one, too. Now we're going to go this way. Again, you notice we're going away from kind of the direction that it's showing us to go. Of course, we're going to get good shit. Which would be one of the reasons why we do it. Oh, great. One of these pecker doodles. He's not based on strength, so there's no point. Also, it'd help if you hit. So, in order to help with that, go, and that should remove a lot of our problems. As you can see now, we have resistance to every element. And if you're wondering the colors, I can explain them later. Of course he's immune. Ooh, and he healed himself. That's not good. Yeah, this is dragging on a lot longer than it should. She misses with this. We use Loudwater Fury on her next turn, because, yeah. Or not. Which means her accuracy is not... Oh, she has the best accuracy, though. I believe. Unless that's changed since she leveled. Alright, belt buckles. Strangely enough, those belt buckles seem to be like Hadhot's best early gear. Armor 27. Vulnerable against water, resistant to fire. Again, resistance to air, which I don't think we've seen much air damage. But huge defense bonus. And just to be safe, we've taken some damage, so... But yeah, you only level up skills when they connect. So you gotta make sure they freaking connect. Oh boy. Yeah, she's missing a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. I have to work on that. Figure out, oh, and here we go. Now we've got enemies that can stun. So this literally means we have to put up stand fast right away. Because this is going to be a problem. Especially when you have 3 enemies that can stun you. I think the veterans are the bigger threat, because they can stun. Not that it matters anymore, but they're probably going to do the most damage. So now, this shouldn't stun. So yeah, immune to the stun effect. Good. Let's not fool around with these guys too much. Go straight for the jugular. We'll probably have Idriel attack the regular goblin. Let these two work on the stronger one. Should be learning that skill once she connects one or two more times, so... maybe one more time. There we go. Stunning strike learned. Cool. Then we can work on her magic skill, but I want to see what we can have her learn next, just in case. If we need to take Hadhod out, we take Hadhod out. For just a round or two. A battle or two. Okay, so what is she doing now? Wounding strikes, don't care about. Elven Rage. That's pretty good. Really expensive. Does less damage. Elven Rage allows 2 to strike twice. We don't rely on her melee damage. Leeching Inspiration sounds like a better deal to me. Wounding Strike I could care less about. And if we see those veteran goblins, we have to bring Barathor in. So he's going to be guaranteed in certain battles. Hadhod almost is guaranteed as much of this area as we can do. It's getting Elagos some face time with the enemies here. What are we at? 16 all around. Okay, let's do this. No. It's either natural growth, but going up pretty good. Of armor enhancement. Oh, jeez. Who doesn't have this on, I think? It's gonna go on her, and she doesn't really need it. That's fine. And another battle! I don't think I healed somebody. Yeah, I did not. Luckily, the enemies don't look too bad. And we'll bring in Elagos very soon here because we're about to have us a big problem. Oh, we lucked out. We lucked out something good. And that's why you keep a good heal around. Nice. Nice dodge there, Hadhod. Nice. Face down. So is he? Nice. And second age Warmer Shield of the Lords. New. So 19 plus 3 damage per level. Yeah, it's a better upgrade. Yep, much better. Already we're getting some pretty good gear here. Bear Thor should be 17 while the others are still 16, but we run into a bit of a quagmire here. Oops. Should get him through a battle or two. Especially if we're just spamming Goblin's Bane half the time. Alright. No, there's not a better option. Well, it only helps Hadhod if you actually hit the guy, you bastard. Nice. There we go. And he's down. You should hear Hadhod's yodeling voice. Somebody leveled it was Hadhod, so very rarely do we need to burn some of this stuff, but clearly we're gonna have to. Now we have this chamber of rooms here. We get the Defy Fire fail. I think I said that right. Probably not. Alright, more goblins. There we go. Ending a battle with magic is usually a pretty good way to get that up. Nice. Five of 7. Piece of crap in the way there. Cracked Elfstone of Water Protection. This one's trickier because we already gave it to the character who has that weakness. So it's kind of already covered. So now it becomes a matter of who's second in line to need it. And really, it would be based on... Well, that one's harder to say. Probably give it to Elaghost if he has room. He does. Just because he's the most likely to... He's more likely to take more damage than the other characters would. Alright, let's do it. Alright, and neither of these are going to help us directly. That Shadow Chieftain's a big threat. Our goal is to take him out ASAP. Nice. Don't even get him a chance to speak. Don't let the wizard speak. Alright. Back to work. Nice with the double crit. And there's Hugh Armor. Excellent. And we'll decide what Hadhot will learn next, but we might just keep him on a pretty basic route. In other words, nothing fancy. He has one that does damage over time. No, he already learned that. I know we skipped something, I think. That might be somewhat decent. Third Age Elven Silver Greaves. I don't think she has any. Nice. Skills. Hadhod. Oh, Crippling Smash. So it's either that Stone Heward or Mountain Range. That's tough. There's Counterattack. Now this causes spirit damage through an attack means. That's kind of a good thing, but it does not count towards him learning his spirit stuff. So That's more strategic. The crippling smash is okay too, to be fair. But what I'm thinking, it's either this or mountain range. Let's grab that just in case. I'd feel better having that than not having it. He's still working on that. 25 to 30. Okay, so those are getting there. She's very close to learning Cleansing Shadow, and then after that it'll be we have to make an executive decision. Aura of the Valor is kind of like like a rise. Okay, it protects an ally, automatically reviving them if they are struck down. Now that sounds good on paper, but this is straight up revive a fallen party member. You have to preemptively do this. So we're probably going to skip this to go here. And then from there, we got to figure out how to get to there, because that's the next big one. But yeah, we'll probably go with Power of Valar after we learn Cleanse Shadow, and try to power her to learn that. Aura of the Valor, again, is nice, but it's not necessary. This skill completely blows. Full immunity for a short time, but caster cannot take any actions until the spell ends. Yet this character doesn't have the means to attract damage to her. So I don't see the point in that. So it almost makes sense to grab this one and then this one. Even though this is a skill we probably never use. Just to get there. Because, yeah. The ability to cure status effects is great. And the other thing is Numbnuts here can do that too when he learns Shield of Courage. And then he wants to learn Royal Grace probably after that, which is nice. It's a regen. Last Gasp is pretty good. Warcry is skippable. These two are kind of nice. But yeah, we need to get this. I'll retreat. I'm not worried about that. Learning that's kind of a goofy skill to learn. Okay, let's keep moving. Third Age Elven Steel Pauldrons. I know it's a thing to constantly be looking at those skills, but planning out what we learn and how we learn it and everything is a really big deal in this game. You don't really want to screw it up too much. There's some room for error, but not a whole bunch. Dwarven Steel Helm, Morgul Decay. Nice. Let's hit up the save point here. I need to remind myself to get back to Barathor, too. To learn the rest of his skills. But specifically that Uruk-hai Bane is really important to learn prior to leaving Moria. I have reasons. How is he at it right now? He's almost there. He's 13 shy. 5 there and 9 there. So maybe if we pick up Crippling Shot, we'll do a switcheroo. Okay, big room.
What do we have here?
Can't you tell by the wrapping of the shaft? It's the last axe ever forged in Moria. A respected ranger.
I'm sorry, my friend. I meant no disrespect.
Can't you tell by the shaft? It's a dildo. The last dildo forged in Moria. Let's take a look at it. So, 30, let's see, comparing. 11 plus 1. 31 plus 4. Oh, Hadhot just got jacked, yo. Let's try it out. Hopefully it's on goblins, because that even amplifies the damage much more. Ooh. Looky. So we only need 5 for here, so let's just knock this out really quick with Creature's Bane. Just so we can get it. Elagos learning the skill, get him out of there. Let's see how he does on his own. Well, it doesn't help when he misses. And that's the thing. Oh, he's pretty sturdy, though. Goblin down. And you can keep hitting Hadhot with triple slash. It just tickles him a little bit. Nice. Oh! Somebody hits like a dump truck now. The dwarven dump truck has rang the horn. And I'm taking out the trash. The goblin trash. 6 of 7. Only one more rune left. Kingsfoil leaves and the leaves of Lumbus. Alright, so one more rune. Which is going to be in the path that leads us forward, but if we can travel, I believe we can travel closer to that location where we can turn it in. Although I've already forgotten the name of it. I don't even think we got to go that far. I don't remember the 7th rune being, extremely far out of the way. So, just saying. Alright, so now we got to head back. And look at, they put a scripted battle for our return visit through. So, I will at the end of this Let's Play probably make some Final Fantasy XIII comparisons, but you can tell I'm enjoying this a bit more. And there's a really good reason for that is not related, that the two games have in different with each other. And I'll explain it later. I will make a good comparison, though, that would be academic, in a sense of design failures, and how this game doesn't do certain things right, and how Final Fantasy XIII does nothing right. So, I know that sounds weird, but it does make sense in the grand scheme of things. It really does. Here's the deal. If we let Elagos just attack twice, I think he'll learn his skill, and then we can bring Barathor kind of back in, and only pull out Elagos when we see wards. Start making that a thing. Luckily, these two characters that are also in can waste turns doing magic stuff. And we now have enough AP to do Mountain Shield. We're not going to do that. Costs too much. But you might be saying, but you unlocked it so long ago. And now you can finally use it. And you're like, it's super expensive, so why unlock it? Because it's very easy to miss it. And when you need it in a boss fight, man, if that's the only spell he casts that battle, it's a big deal. I can't express that enough. Having that at the start of a boss fight and then pulling Hadhot out right after on his next turn, you're doing pretty good. Alright. Before we do anything else, Draining Shot. Not as useful as it sounds, but it is a self-healing skill. I believe it's cheaper, so we'll have him learn it. Well, a few times you can just kind of follow his skill set. Almost. Arrows Asleep is still 9 away, but he'll learn that if we just focus down here instead of in the other area, the other tier. One more from that, and then Swordcraft's got quite a ways to go. Once she gets Leeched Inspiration, though, we'll pick up Elven Rage, I guess. Or you can just bypass it entirely and go right to Gil-galad Rampage, but Destined Strike I don't care about. Other than that, it guarantees she hits, so maybe there's some value to that. Alright, we need to bring in Barathor. And we need one more level on Barathor before we level up everybody. 2 stat points never seem to show that much to me. I think random encounters show up on this bridge. Maybe not. Don't know why I thought it did, but... Oh, but another scripted battle. Okay. Let's do... So there are wargs in this fight, so we're going to keep Elaghost in. Don't worry, guys. It's not a big deal. There's still a lot of Moria we have not finished. If you saw the percentage of the game we're through, we're, what, 5 or 6%? So we've got plenty of time, I assure you. You know what? Just so we learn it. And there's Cleanse Shadow. Awesome. So we have single target removal of, damage. Or removal of status effects. Now we just need to get Barathor there. And at some point we need to get him there. And Barathor leveled. Which means we can now do this. Make him a little more beefy now that his accuracy is pretty high. Keep moving. And making sure we don't skip any chests, because it's very easy to do it. And all of the runes have been collected. Let's make a save. And because you guys have been so patient with the collecting of all of that, let's head all the way back and turn those runes in. Shouldn't really be any major battles going back, I would think. But let's do it. Other than what we may unlock. Just to be safe, we will make a save. Just in case we can't handle this.
We have found it, at last.
What is this? Never before have I seen such armor.
It is yours now. In memory of your people.
Aye, in memory of them all.
And we get the Dwarven Velvet Hauberk, or Velvet Tabard. And the reason we stop here is for this, because this is some pretty good gear. Compared to what he's got, right? Okay. So we get that. Awesome. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird to miss out on a really nice item like that, you know? And to not have it in every battle, you know, going forward. Which is why it makes sense to make that trek back. Theoretically, we have to go back this way anyway later, so technically you don't need to go grab it right away, but again, I don't see a reason not to. And we'll make another save. So anyway, this is a good place for us to stop, so I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTarStudios for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we explore more of Moria, but I think something might be a little tricky coming up. So, tricky, weird, maybe not good, but something that'll be a little bit more interesting than just exploring these caves, right? Well, no, we're kind of stuck with this for a little while. Regardless, we will be back, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.